All right, fam, welcome back. It's your boy Cut Nice 50. It's been a while, family. Just got through the train and everything like that, man. This is just an update, so we appreciate y'all following the journey, man. It's your boy Cut Nice 50. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. Hey, we just kicking it out. Ebooks has just launched, so show y'all what we've been working on a little bit. I insert that now. Don't forget to check us out. EvolveNutrition.life, man. I put the link in the description below. Ebooks from nutrition, fitness, health. And some of my unreleased books, I'm gonna break it down into two parts. Unlocked, that'll be the second book that come out, and I'm gonna put it in ebook form, and that'll be part one. And Faith of Mustard Seed, as y'all see. But yeah, like I said, man, it's been a journey. We just been trying to stay focused. Other little personal things going on as far as, you see family members, man, out there not investing in their health, and the sad reality, man, we're gonna see a lot of our loved ones pass and stuff like that. So my job always been to help as many people as I can, man, stay healthy. Because especially with the foods, like I said before, it's foods we eat, I know for a fact that it's not, especially in the U.S. Other countries, and I've done been all over the world, man. Other countries, food is way better for, or more edible for us to eat. They don't cause too much ailments, and they don't last longer. So it's like a pro and con as far as shelf life, stuff like that. Just over here, man, our mentality is just a little different. We get used to the accessibility of foods as far as junk food, stuff like that. We like sweets. We like having a wide variety of food and options, but we're not eating for health reasons. We're eating for satisfaction. We're eating for whatever. It could be stress. You're eating for stress and stuff like that. So, I try to cover these ebooks, man. I got one that's called Working Out in Hard Times, just to help you know that it's more about mentality, especially getting into this bodybuilding industry, man, myself, as far as fitness and actually competing. If you don't have your mental health in check, you're not focused, you got a lot of stress in your life, you're pretty much not going to be able to succeed if you competing. So I give all the props in the world to these guys who go through the process. They get on stage, even if they don't look their best, man. That journey of being a competitive bodybuilder, I don't care if you're a man or a woman, it's difficult. If you never tried it before, I definitely, man, if you can do it just like anything else, man, if you can succeed, you can go through the process, you can do anything in this world. And I think all of us can. It's just if we're gonna make that commitment to follow through, to keep pushing, to don't give up, to invest in ourselves and our health, and like I say, this last couple of years, especially getting into competitive stage, has been a journey. I don't think age is a factor. Now, if you're doing a natural or enhanced, that's when the age, I think, becomes a factor to these guys who are enhanced, and they pushing their body to the extreme on a higher level, and they're over a certain age or whatever the case may be. And it's just how long they've been using those substances come into play, especially health-wise, and detrimental to their health if they've been abusing these substances for a long period of time. And a lot of guys I done talked to, they started young, man. Coming up, I ain't had no knowledge of enhanced supplements and stuff like that. It wasn't talked about, and it just wasn't on our radar. Now, everybody, especially because it's a social media era, you want to look good, you want to be more presentable, because that's a means to an end. If it's financial reasons, if it's popularity, whatever you want to achieve, opening up doors, more opportunities, it's kind of push to have a certain look, a certain physique. That's just like in modeling. I did fitness modeling and stuff like that. You got to be slimmer, you have to be more mainstream, more attractive. Everything else comes into play. And it's, like I said, health can get addicting in a good way and a bad way. It's just all on how you look at it. I know some women who I dated way back in the day, especially when I was deep into the modeling. They was models also, and they was doing the bulimic and anorexic and sticking their finger down and throat and stuff like that. And I get it, because that's your livelihood. You got to make money. You got to do what you got to do to, you got agents, you got sponsors, you got things I guess you want to achieve. So like I said, man, this life is all about choices. It's all about just doing the best we can to whatever you want to fulfill. That's your goals, it's your dreams. I don't look at things these days as too much right and wrong. Evil does exist. But man, I got a great sense of humor and stuff like that. So I don't look at things as straight black and white. You know what I mean? So I just say, if whatever your goals is, whatever you want to achieve, just keep pushing forward. You might fail, but that's a part of the process. You're only going to get better. Just keep going. Keep doing what you got to do. Life, it ain't supposed to be easy, they say. But we look at our species and it's rapidly changing. The time's changing. I just came back from Charlotte talking to my son, Mason, and, I just having some grown-up conversations with him. 16 now, and in a minute, he gonna be out of high school. It's time for him to start working and all this and that, and a couple more years, he out on his own. So it's time to have those deep conversations with your kids about, the stuff they going through, because it's gonna be a whole lot different than what I was coming through. So I just wanted to see what they got going on. His school is great. It's not a big school. It's more of like a private school, and I just had that conversation about what they got, how our new world is coming up with sex and pronouns and all that stuff like that. And just like me, he kind of have the same ideology. Like, it's not a big deal. I don't get when people get upset by generally. I talk to people by names. I'm not calling you he, she, they, it, whatever the case may be. And nobody cares what you want to be called, as far as that's your own preference. But we all know it's only male or females out here on this earth, in our species anyway. So just go by names. I don't see what's going on with that. You can't hate nobody or discriminate against them because they want to be called something else. That's a whole different ball game that I think it does have a political agenda. That's just my own personal thing. And, like I said, we getting far away from faith and religion and everything else. But even coming up, I don't think your sex or your sexual preference matters to most people, especially coming from my era. We all been discriminated or felt awkward in some situation at some time in your lifestyle. I know I done been I had an experience, and I won't say a victim of prejudice and racism, stuff like that, because I've always been an athlete. So imagine the heaviest, especially in good shape, 275, 300 pounds, big black man. And I used to have long hair, dreads, or braids, whatever the case may be. And the image always portrayed with people with braids back in the day was either they're hoodlums, thugs, drug dealers, whatever the case may be. But I was playing football. I was an athlete, So we all go through different things in life, but this is a learning lesson, man. I think just in this country, because other countries that I went across the world, it probably exists. But people loved people with color. I mean, they love black people. I done had plenty of people come up to me and they, touching on you, feeling on you, stuff like that. Here in the States, you might get that somewhat. And this was back then. This was years ago. But now it's just a difficult thing to see, man, because you can't even compliment nobody. You can't even be genuine with them. And most of us, or people who like myself, it could be you out there, we're genuine people. You like to compliment people. You like to just talk to them. Hey, how you doing? And you genuinely interested in seeing how they doing. You trying to reach back out to family, friends, or people you ain't spoke to in a long time. But most people now, they don't think it's genuine, or they got some kind of, I don't know, it's like a warped view of reality now. And I can guess because it's a social media, like I say, it's a good thing and bad thing. It's good for business, but it's that false representation of people, because generally most people you see out there, they're not who they are on social media. It's a character, or it's somebody else. Me, I just post whatever I am. It's just me. I got humor. I'm an athlete, father, business guy, acting, stuff like that. I remember way back when I was on 24 Legacy or Divas Maids, Eva LaGloria, those, they set. So I think social media was just taking off for Instagram. I ain't have none of that stuff like that. They helped me get the stuff set up and all this and that. I done worked with Daniel Craig. He used to repost my stuff, and social media, like I said, I can really care less, but my social media presence took off back then. But that's when I was just posting my acting profiles and modeling profiles and stuff like that. And I think, I don't know, maybe it was a couple years later or a year and a half or two later, they kind of switched it up and started putting people in categories. Like, you couldn't post, if you're an actor and an athlete, you got to stay in one lane. You can't be a actor and an athlete at the same time. You got to pick whatever your profile was. And I done talked to most people, and they was like, yeah, it kind of confused the people who are your followers or fans and stuff like that. It's because it's representation. It's all over the place, but that's just life. We all have so many talents, man. You can't just put you in a box. And I kind of never agreed with that. That never kind of resonated with me. I get it, but just looking at it now, everything is integrated to AI. Instagram has changed, Facebook changed, everything like that. So it's like you can't be it shows you, okay, what you got. Oh, you're an actor, athlete, you got to check the little topics now they have, and they push it in whatever algorithm. So I get it for that purposes, but that's kind of pushing you to just fitness people or just to cooking people. Whatever you do, automotive, acting, entertainer, singer, rapper, is pushing you to those people who get it. So I get it, but that's just not 100% accurate, because you could be a musician, you could be a rapper, singer, actor, actress, athlete, because we all do so many things at one time. We're not all amazing at everything, but we're good at a lot of things, I believe. So it's just, man, you just get a different perception of reality and things like that, and lifestyle. And I know that, like I said, this AI, man, it's gonna change the world. I know they got a lot of things out there that they put into play. I just seen a truck that can go 500 miles and no driver, it's self-driving. I think that who that is, Elon Musk, Tesla, putting it out there. So just imagine all the truck drivers out there, man. They're gonna be losing jobs. You're gonna lose gigs and loads and stuff like that. Another little card, I try to insert it if I see it. That can, like the repo mans, they're gonna be out of business because they got a little dog. You can go ahead and hook up to a car. You can move it out of the place, put the lock on the car, and that's just it. So but if they get how they want it, the clean energy initiative, if they put the kill switches in those cars, it don't matter. You don't make a payment, they can kill your car right there on the spot. You can't drive. If they go to the digital currency, you ain't gonna be able to shop, and you're gonna have to have a time frame of when you can spend your money. You're gonna be limited on the goods and services that you buy. So that stuff like that is real. But this is the world we live in. People say it's conspiracy and stuff like this, but I remember, like I said, I working for the government over 25 years, stuff like this, man. I've been knowing about, hearing about this stuff way down the line. I think people start seeing old clips of, what's his name, Biden, when he was a young senator, talking about the futuristic stuff and stuff like that that's on the horizon. This stuff been out, man. I mean, they're just releasing it now for whatever reason. Maybe they don't work out the bugs, but you got to think, with anything new that come out, this thing about it, you got to go through beta testing. You got to know that it works Because you ain't gonna spend millions and billions of dollars putting anything out there if you don't know the risk factors, what it do, what it cause, and if it actually works or don't work, or whatever reason that you putting the service or good out there. You got to know for a fact what it does. So I'm not surprised by anything that I see currently go on. I mean, they got a lot of good things. I think a hovercraft or something like that, a bike, another bike that can just paddle on water. It's all kind of great tools and objects that come out, but for me, man, that's materialistic things. It don't interest me no more. Now I'm about just preparing for the future, the next generation, stuff like that as far as, and also in health. Y'all know that health, holistic healing, trying to get away from these medication side effects and stuff like that. Even myself personally, I've never been a believer of taking all these meds because it always has a side effect. So I never took too much medication in my life. I rarely been sick. And I wasn't necessarily the best healthy person. I've always been physically active. But with age, just like anybody else, man, you can prolong it. You can stay at, I call it a revolving cycle. You can, be decently healthy. You can maintain a maintenance phase. You go up and down. Your weight don't fluctuate more than 2 to 5 pounds in a week. Even though, we pretty much are people, creatures of habit. We eat the same things, we eat the same places, same cheat meals. You got your favorites, your dislikes. That's easily to predict, pretty much. We're not random eaters. You're not gonna just randomly go out there and grab this or grab that. You generally gonna do the same thing each week. Just look at your own life and just think about it. Your favorite foods, you meal prep, but you don't meal prep as far as health-wise, or eating for health or improvement and stuff like that, unless you're a competitive athlete or you got a goal in mind, you're doing a weight loss challenge or something like that. That's when you start really buckling down and, actually investing, counting calories and logging your food and stuff like that when it's serious, or when a doctor done told you, hey, you need to lose weight, your blood pressure going too much, your cholesterol high, you're diabetic or you're borderline diabetic. That's when we decide to make a change and actually start investing in our health. But it's something that we should have been doing all along. I mean, just think about it. They're always coming up with a different snack, a different junk food or menu item, pizza, you name it, every year that really don't go together. Different. Just look at the chemicals. I mean, you put spicy food on junk food. Like I think I seen the Oreo cheesecake pizza or something crazy that don't go together chemically. So imagine what it's doing inside your body if you eat that stuff. So let me check this time. Trying to keep 9:24. So yeah, man, it's just, when you get time, you start investing in your health, start thinking about it, start reading more, start educating yourself on health, nutrition, and how your body operates. You start looking at everything a whole lot different. Like I said, I've been finding out so much information. Hopefully in the next month, 2 max at the latest, I'll be certified in holistic healing, and holistic health as a holistic nutritionist. You already know that I'm a certified sports nutritionist the last almost 13 years by now. So I take health and nutrition in serious, man. It's not a gimmick, it's just my lifestyle. This is what I've been doing. One of my gifts I've been put on this earth to do is for training, seeing what somebody ever can do, breaking them down when I get you in the gym, stuff like that. It's just a sad truth that you don't make money, or too much money as a trainer, unless you coaching a team, strength and conditioning training. So it is some things out there, but you're gonna work extremely hard for it. I'm not gonna be able to reach the mass majority of people who actually need your services. So I like the online presence stuff. I like the online coaching. I like the ebooks that just released, because you can reach a whole lot more people. You can help a whole lot more people. Like I said, always, man, we always will have free consultation, stuff like that, especially buying an ebook. Any purchase you get, hey, we got you covered. Head real quick, family. But yeah, like I was saying, man, you gotta take time out, man, and enjoy sometimes the small things in life. I know it gets confusing at times, especially like myself, man, trying to focus on business and everything else like that. Time is a hot commodity. We can't get it back. And sometimes we get caught up with trying to be successful in your business or whatever goal or task you're trying to achieve, because that is on a timeline. You might have a deadline or whatever the case may be, and you want to spend time with family. So it is sacrifices for any business is mandatory. You have to do it. But we also, if you have the time to do it, is spend time with family and stuff like that. Like I said, I just got back from Charlotte, seeing my son, and y'all know at least it was not too much traffic, but you can't see everybody. You know, when they go to South Carolina, spend some little time, stuff like that, with other family members who going through, their own issues and stuff. But it didn't work out like that this time, so hopefully my schedule is easing back up a little bit, which I'm looking forward to after this week right here. I'll be back pretty much on a good plane 3 days a week, if that, unless I choose to work extra, stuff like that. But like I said, we got more ebooks, more other challenges coming out every month, as far as maybe a 7-day challenge, 14-day challenge, 30-day challenges, that everybody can just get involved with. I might post some videos. I might post it on IG at Cut Nights 50, so don't forget to follow me on there. Start posting some in the little reels or shorts on YouTube, and just getting back into the basics, man. Like I say, it's been busy, so my time has been limited. I couldn't post as much as I wanted to on YouTube, so I do appreciate y'all patience, appreciate y'all supporting your boy, man, like I say, on this journey. And I just want to, this is my life, man. It's just a day in the life. I know y'all out there working hard. You're seeing all this crazy stuff going on, but it's major changes in the world, not just in the US, in China, in Russia, in Africa, you name it, in Britain. It's major changes that's changing the whole landscape of our world right now that's taking place. And some of that stuff you can't ignore, because it's going to affect everybody financially. Especially, I'm not really against cashless society. I know stuff like that, but not totally eliminating stuff like that. But we all know cash was only made up, which, it don't really mean nothing paper-wise. I done been in some countries that they still do the trades and goods and barter and services and stuff like that. So I just look at things, man, a little differently, especially, like I said, with AI. I keep hearing people saying, and the people who are more wiser and more educated on different topics than myself, they say it all the time: you better start investing in the trade. And I got my own trades and skills like that I've been used to, but I think everybody need to have probably more information on computers, technology, and some of this AI software that's gonna come into play. Even though AI, like I said, it's gonna be a dangerous thing, because that's another entity, that's not human. It's not rational. It doesn't have a soul and stuff like that. So that's a whole different ball game, man. People, I trust what they believe. Elon Musk say it's like summoning a demon is dangerous and stuff like that, but it's his work. Imagine the stuff, if they saying it, imagine the things that done happened during their testing that they're not saying. Now, I don't research whole lot of the stuff like that, so you can also research AI and some of the accidents and other things that came into play, and it could be different companies, and this all over the world. Is more than this one company is trying to produce AI and robots and all this other stuff, but it's reality. So you got to test anything, like I was saying, but that's a whole different podcast channel. That's a Conspiracy Theorist podcast channel right there that I try to keep separate from this future bodybuilding podcast and different segments or episodes, stuff like that. But like I say, it's been a nice little journey, man. Excited to get back used to a regular lifestyle, if you want to say that. Day one for me on this new meal prep that I'm trying to do, which is going to help detox my body, help clean me out a little bit more, help increase the health of my blood, my digestion system, my skin health, and this helped me regulate a whole lot more while speeding up my metabolism and stuff like that. So if I get time, I'm going to post maybe a physique pic, and that might be having me next week, because this week is a long week for your boy. We'll be trying to still do some content, but it might be like this at night, walking, a late night confessional, as we say. It might have to be in this format because I think I'm working, or supposed to be helping them out for the next 8 days, so until Sunday night, and then I'll be done with all the extra help that I'm giving them. And that's what I got to say, man. You know, even though technically myself right now, I'm on FMLA, meaning I just reduced my leave. It's supposed to be intermittent FMLA leave. You know, I just did that to help out with the family, help out because my son tight, you know, he wasn't sleeping the best and stuff like that, and I didn't want to damage my own health because I wouldn't get no sleep and still had all this other stuff going on as far as business and commitments and stuff like that. So I do have, if I get time, I'll have to do that. Probably have to do it at work. 2 reviews on some supplements that I've been doing for Buck Supplements. I got to do those 2 reviews and post them and put them out there. And like I said, y'all know I like that company. Looking for clean products, Buck Supplements, I definitely recommend them. If I had the ability to produce a mass amount of supplements they have, I'll probably pretty much do the same thing. So that's why I partner with them, man, on the side. It's a great company. I like what they got to do. Not too many additives in their stuff. So it's always great to work with like-minded people. But this is just a real quick update. Check out what we got to offer, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Thanks for the support. It's your boy, Cutlass 50.
Number 1, don't run away. And number 2, be honest to yourself. Those 2 things, you should keep them in mind, and then just put time, effort into practice. I think is the key to step by step build something up about yourself.